Turning now to your voice, your vote, and now death threats over the latest audit of the Maricopa County election.
The governor ordering DPS to protect Secretary of State Katie Hobbs and her family. Her opposition to the audit leading to such fierce pushback, people have been threatening her life.
And today she spoke to our political insider, Mark Phillips.
Threats of violence and intimidation against the Secretary of State have increased in recent days, as she has taken an active role challenging the professionalism and integrity of those conducting the audit of Maricopa County's 2020 presidential election.
When I mentioned over the last few days that no good would come from allowing Secretary of State Katie Hobbs and her so-called representatives onto the audit floor to observe the process, I meant it.
This week, the Secretary of State's office received multiple calls from a phone number listed in Hawaii, many of them threatening her life.
You've got Republican Party Chair Kelly Ward, giving a video to her followers every day that tells them to go after me.
In a statement to ABC 15, Kelly Ward says Hobbs is blaming others for her own decisions and actions. We don't support threats of physical harm or worse. That's what the left does. What we do support is election integrity and restoring voter confidence in our elections.
I'm not asking for help. First off, get the off my property.
This is the second time Secretary Hobbs and her family were provided DPS protection. The first was in the weeks after the election, when protesters started showing up at her home.
And I denounce any threats of violence.
That was what the governor said in November. On Friday, he issued a statement through his spokesman. We take threats of violence very seriously. They're unacceptable. It's the only public comment from any Republican elected official regarding the death threats, something that's not lost on Secretary Hobbs.
There are other folks who could stand up to defend, and they're just silent, and that's almost as bad.
For now, being assured her family is protected will have to do. Mark Phillips, ABC 15, Arizona.